This could be marketed as a piece of modern art titled Sunrise in the Desert or something along those lines. So perfect for Arizona. I have to admit, I've never had a burning desire to visit South Carolina. This flag sure makes it seem like a cool place. Maybe I should go. What could be a better symbol for Alaska than the North Star? So simple, but so cool. It should be noted that this is not based on the Confederate flag. It was based on the Cross of Burgundy, which has been flown in Florida and Alabama since Spanish colonial times in the 1500s. This looks like something M.C. Escher would draw. The nation's only non-rectangular flag. This is the oldest state flag in the nation, dating back to 1843 when Hawaii was an independent nation. It is also the only state flag to feature the flag of a foreign country, as it features the Union Jack. I have no idea what's going on here, but it looks pretty awesome. Let me round out the top 10 with the most iconic state flag, the Lone Star State. This is a pretty cool design, although it becomes less cool when you realize it's just a C. Would it have been too much to come up with a flag involving mountains and precious metals? Is the fact that the state's name begins with C really its best selling point? Still, a well above average flag. We've now gotten to the states that just slap their state seal on a sheet of fabric. Still, this is a pretty classy looking state seal. The nation's only square flag. What's not to like? Stars and a torch in the simplicity of two colors. We've got Lady Justice, some warlock lady, and a sun with a face on it. Pretty cool. The largest pencil in the world. Craig Ferguson once said, Louisiana was a French colony and still has roots in French culture. Visiting there is like visiting France, except the people are actually nice. One question, when was the last time wild grizzly bears actually lived in California? Very similar to the Alabama flag, although, to me, the seal in the center kind of ruins the simplicity. Still a pretty good flag, though. Live free or die. Fun fact, someone from Connecticut is known as a Connecticutter. Is that Sasquatch waving to us? I've seen this ranked as the worst flag in the country, and I have to admit I just don't get it. It's nothing fancy, but it's a cool design that I feel pretty well symbolizes Montana and its natural beauty. But an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. Well, that rounds out the top half. Congratulations if you're still watching. Very similar to Montana. For the record, this one came first. I can't think of anything more Wyoming than a buffalo. Oregon is the only state with a two-sided flag. Too bad neither side is particularly memorable. This was supposed to be a combination of European and Native American peace symbols. One could say that was an oversimplification of the history here. 30 down. Also similar to Kansas and Montana. This was the first of all of them. Am I the only one who thinks West Virginia should change its name to Appalachia? I mean, when people say they're from Appalachia, they usually mean they're from West Virginia. Wouldn't that be a better name than just West than the name of another state? Anyway, that's another rant for another day. You're living in your own private Idaho. Well, at least New Jersey put their state seal on a yellow background, making it slightly unique. Another peace between whites and Native Americans flag. Like the rest of New England, my home state of Maine went with the state seal. Too bad we have such a boring state seal. We should have stuck with our pre-1909 flag, or fly the Merchant and Marine flag. A lot of people think Delaware is named after Delaware Indians, but actually the name was assigned to them by Europeans because of where they lived. They called themselves Lenape. The state is named after Baron de la Warr. The Green Bay Packers are named Packers because in 1933 they were sponsored by the Indian Packing Company. Seriously, those Bears. Only 10 more. Mount Rushmore was originally supposed to feature much more detailed carvings of the presidents, but had to be scaled back due to budget restraints. This state flag draws a lot of controversy because it features a Confederate flag. Even if we ignore the controversy, it's not that great of a flag to begin with. I feel like this flag should have a pronunciation guide on it. I'm sorry, but I ranked all the flags that centered around an eagle low due to their lack of originality. Do we really need two Dakotas? I mean, they could merge into the state of Dakota and it would still be the most boring state in the nation. The beehive is meant to represent progress and hard work. Apparently. Chicago is known as the Windy City not because of the Great Lake winds, but because of its infamous corruption. The 3 stars represent 3 regions of Tennessee: Eastern Tennessee, Central Tennessee, and Western Tennessee. It would be bad enough if Nevada just slapped its cheesy state seal on their flag, but to scrunch it up in the corner like that? Between this and Nevada's previous state flag, it makes you wonder if all the nuclear waste stored in the state had an effect on people's artistic ability there. I don't know why the state of Washington is so obsessed with Old George since he had nothing to do with their state. This looks like a clip art sketch of him surrounded by a green screen. It makes you wonder if they were planning to Photoshop in a cool background but just forgot to.